that, I would like to please welcome Ms. Janice Hiller. She is the farm director of Adamah, an organization that cultivates vibrant Jewish life in deep connection with the earth, catalyzing culture, change, and systemic change through Jewish environmental education, farming, immersive experiences, and climate action. So, please.
Thank you so much to Samantha and to the Secretary for this incredibly historic night. So yesterday morning, I stood at the top of our farm, which is on a hill in the Berkshire Mountains of Connecticut. I looked out on a scene that, believe it or not, bore some resemblance to the one I'm looking at now, with waving heads of grain and red baubles of color. The arrangements in front of you on your table include rye and crimson clover cover crops that I harvested with other Jewish farmers yesterday morning. Cover crops are plants grown specifically to regenerate soil. Every vegetable we harvest from our farm removes nutrients from the soil, and each season we, like all farmers throughout history, are tasked with replacing what we've removed in order to grow the next crop. There are many ways of doing this, and some are much more fossil fuel intensive and polluting than others. Cover cropping is an elegant solution in which plants fertilize the soil just through photosynthesis and, in some cases, nitrogen fixation. So, if leaving cover crops in the soil is such a climate-smart farming practice, why did I schlep a few buckets of them down I-95 to have them here with us tonight? There's a story in the Talmud in which a farmer has a field full of stones. Any farmer in this room can tell you what a bother a field full of stones is. We can each also tell you how tempting it is in a business as tight as agriculture to make expedient decisions that fix immediate problems on the farm, be it stones or nutrient replacement, even if that fix has longer-term negative consequences for the collective. The farmer in the Talmudic story chooses an expedient fix. He removes the stones from his land and puts them on public land. He is warned that he's making a mistake in putting the stones on his own land, but the farmer laughs off the wording, considering the public space to be the opposite of his own land. It is somewhere away, somewhere that he can throw the stones. We are all familiar with this false construct of away. The landfills where we throw our garbage, the beautiful skies where our CO2 emissions invisibly float. Years later, the farmer in the story is forced by circumstances beyond his control to sell his land. He finds himself strolling through the public space, the only place he has available to walk now. And he trips over the stones he put there years before, only now realizing the meaning of the warning. That public space is our own. There is no such place as a way. Like the farmer in the story, modern farmers are faced with many problems that we need to solve. In the case of nutrient cycling, cover cropping is a way of addressing the problem without simply putting the metaphorical stones, nutrient runoff, and greenhouse gas emissions from fertilizers into the public space, our shared waterways and atmosphere. Often when we work up the courage to face the terrifying reality of the climate crisis, we do so from an assumption that the only paths to solutions are hardship and deprivation. The gorgeous rye and clover plants on your tables that have turned this space in some small way into a climate-smart farm field are here to remind us otherwise. Farmers are faced every day with fields full of stones, with soil fertility management, with feeding humanity while maintaining our planet for a livable future. We need support so that as we tend our crops, we also care well for away. Here at tonight's celebration of Jewish American heritage at USDA, it is clear that both Judaism, with ancient stories and traditions to guide us, and USDA, with proven supports like conservation incentives, research, and education, are among the critical tools we need in order to not simply throw our stones into public space or our greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, but to build a resilient and abundant future. As we enjoy the incredible food and music tonight, may the rye and clover on our tables remind us of how possible, how important, and how truly beautiful climate solutions can be. And in the coming days and years, may we each join the rye and the clover in doing the hard and beautiful work.